Hello Battlefield player, and welcome to this instructional video of starting a competitive server. I'm Jampu from BCL and I'll be your guide on the process. Before you can play a competitive match, you have to create a server for your game. It's relatively simple, but you would have to cooperate with your opponent to have the server set up properly. Teams have two different roles when creating a server. One team is the server team and the other is the joiner team. The two roles have different responsibilities. The first and common task for both teams is to squad up. Both teams should create two parties of 4 in the game. These parties are used to join the server as a group, and it's important the parties are full, meaning 4 members each. You should create parties up front before the agreed game time. One of the server team parties should start hosting the portal server with the experience code provided in the rule set. Once the server is up, the party hosting the server will land in the US side of the server. At this point, you should provide your opponent, the joiner team, the server name and password, and ask them to join with their first party. The joiner team uses the portal server browser to find the provided server by its name. Once found, they will join the server with their first party. When the server team sees the opponent joining the RO side, they can ask their party, the second party, to join. They will join in the US side again. All 8 players of the server team are now on the US side, and they can ask the joiner team to join with their second party. They will join the RO side and the server is ready for fighting. After all 3 maps are played, the original server team should close the server and the roles are swapped. The joiner team becomes the server team and should now do the same process again to place the teams on other sides of the game. Now let's jump in the game and look how this all is done in practice. First task is to create the 2 parties. At this point, it's good to make sure all players in your team has the crossplay enabled in game settings. If it's not, the player can't get into the server. Pick 2 players in your team to be party leaders. Each leader should go to social menu and create a party and invite their party members into the party. Once you have 2 full parties of 4, we are ready to move on. Now the server team can start hosting the server. One of the server team's party leaders should navigate to the portal. From the top menu, select Host, and from the submenu, select Experience Code. Enter the code provided in the rules, and by pressing Confirm, you are landing in the server settings page. If the crossplay is not enabled in your game settings, it will be turned off on the server as well, and any player with crossplay enabled will not find the server. So once more, make sure everyone has it on. Now there are 2 important settings you need to set. First, set the proper name for your server. This is important for your opponent to find the server. You must set a password for the server to avoid interference from the outsiders. Once both tasks are done, select Host Server and the server starts loading. Once the server is loaded, select Squads and Players from the Settings menu, and you can see your party has landed on the US side of the server. Notify your opponent that they can now join with their first party. Remember to share the server name and the password. A party leader from the joiner team must now find the server and join it. Search the server from the portal in the browse page. In the search settings, set password on and make sure the server within is set to server name. Enter the name the server team has provided to the search field and press apply. You should find the server in the list. Navigate to the right server and join the match. Before joining, make sure the hosted by name is the player who created the server from the server team. There is a bug in the game that sometimes the server name is shown on the wrong server. It looks like you have selected the match server, but it's actually a completely different server. The name field is the same, but the server hoster and description are wrong. Back on the server side, the joiner team's first party should land on the arrow side of the server. The server team can now join with the second party. They will land on the US side, and now the server team can inform the joiner team to join with their second squad. Once they have joined, you are ready to rock and roll. Now good luck and have fun in the BCL Conquest!